Knoxville is changing more than you realize, and some of the smartest buyers are already paying attention. By the end of 2025, some of the neighborhoods that are the best for lifestyle and growth may already be spoken for. Hi, we're Mark and Kelly Brewer, and we are local experts here. In this video, we're going to walk you through all of the big commercial developments and all of the new happenings here in Knoxville.
So one of the biggest developments that's taken place here in Knoxville, and really very late breaking, is Bibble Farms. And this is the new walkable Farragut Town Center. This is a $130 million development, big retail space, 60,000 square feet, multiple restaurants, livable area right here. This is a bunch of brand new luxury apartments. We're about to build a bunch of townhomes. This area is absolutely blowing up, and it's providing the people that live in the Farragut area and those in the surrounding areas with a new opportunity to truly enjoy walkable in-town living. And so this is one of those things that's an absolute standout because it has the benefits of being directly across from Farragut High School. It's right here in the heart of the Farragut area, right next to Kingston Pike. What makes this such an interesting place is it is a wonderful combination of walkable town center where people can gather, really enjoy a sense of community, being able to simply traverse from home to retail to restaurant. There's going to be 5 to 6 major restaurants in this area. They've already got a couple that are open, and we frequent them all the time. Between Parlor Donuts and Super Chicks, I have no chance of losing weight. So this is a great complex. We're looking at the opportunity for people to have in-town living in the $500,000 to $800,000 range for these premium luxury condos, but then to have the walking trails of the area, to have nearby shopping, Aldi, Kroger. There's so much about this. And this is something that just started opening stores. You can look around and see how much of this right now. We have coming soon signs everywhere. Real portion of this that's amazing is the surrounding Farragut area is the best school district in the entire Knoxville area. You have immediate access down to Lake Loudon, the Cove, the east and west parks right along the river. I mean, it is truly one of the most beautiful places. And I will tell you, I'm biased because Kelly and I live here. This is where we spend our days. This is where we spend our evenings with our kids.
Hardin Valley has seen explosive growth. And honestly, if I were moving to this area with a family, I would definitely check it out. There's been a substantial investment in new infrastructure. There's been new schools like Hardin Valley Academy, and it's perfect for young growing families. Price ranges anywhere from $400,000 to $700,000. It's also very close to all sorts of nature and parks. It's just north of Farragut, has super easy access to Turkey Creek. It's very close to Oak Ridge. One thing that Knoxville doesn't have and Hardin Valley does have is because it's so new, there's a lot of planning involved. So it's very organized. They have new grocery stores, new restaurants. Hardin Valley also has some of the premier builders in Knoxville, like Saddlebrook, Turner, Ball, and Hardin Valley is one of the fastest growing communities in Knox County. And with that comes amazing amenities. You have the comfort of the suburbs, but they're bringing in new things like behind me, Zool Beer Company, which is a great date night spot. And you have a lot of other restaurants that are popping up all over Hardin Valley. Most people don't even know that this is happening, but there's major revitalization happening on the south waterfront here in Knoxville. There's about 3 miles of the Tennessee River here, and it spans about 750 acres. And there is everything that you would want for downtown living here in Knoxville, including some new high-end condominiums. There's also some townhomes. Price range is about $400,000 to $800,000. There's also some really great new breweries that are popping up, like High Wire Brewing. If you love dumplings, you can't go wrong with Angry Dumplings. That's also a really great restaurant here in downtown Knoxville. Another new development in the South Waterfront area is Kern's Food Hall. It's actually a really great place, and it's a favorite spot that we like to bring family from out of town to come and visit. It has a lot of different food options, and as you can see behind me, they do outdoor concerts. They also host UT games. Beyond this is iJam's Nature Center, and there's also the quarry. Another huge development is that they are doing a pedestrian bridge. This bridge will be called the new South Waterfront Pedestrian Bridge, connecting University of Tennessee to South Knox. The city of Knoxville successfully seized a last-minute opportunity to reapply for federal funds needed to build the pedestrian bridge across the Tennessee River, connecting South Knox across Neyland Drive at Thompson Boiling Arena at Food City Center.
So, America's secret city, Oak Ridge, secret no more. This place has absolutely started climbing the charts, primarily because of the Oak Ridge National Laboratory and the Innovation Center here. This area is doing some of the top nuclear research in America. In fact, you have companies flocking here for green tech, renewable, and advancements broadly. Plus, you have the Y-12 National Security Facility. So we have been seeing people move into Oak Ridge. That is helping spur great economic growth, not the least of which is what's right behind me. Okay, so it's not there yet, but this is about to be the first major urban development in Oak Ridge.
The lot, which sits on Wilson Street, was recently sold to JMT Architecture for roughly $2 million. With the help of a local developer, this $100 million project should be underway, and they expect to complete it in about 2 years.
And we're about to see a project kicked off here that will see mixed-use retail, commercial, and residential facilities that are going to span across this area. In fact, it's going to end up being a multi-$100 million development all the way down Wilson Street. It's going to offer a tremendous amount for people looking to live and work in the Oak Ridge area. So one of the things that makes this so special is this area has been trying to do this for a while, and it never really got any legs underneath it. But with the help of a local developer, we have a $100 million project on the plate. This right now is going to make this area jump forward in its growth. We've already seen plenty here. In fact, this has been an area that investors have been watching closely for real estate opportunities. Well, that just got better with this taking place. So the plans, if you look at this online, are amazing. You're going to have literally spanning close to 3 city blocks down this street. And while it'll start with the mixed-use facility, it's going to bring additional restaurants, shopping. Ultimately, this will dovetail in all of this area being a giant walkable center for folks living in and around the Oak Ridge area. So as if they didn't have so much going their way already, with the beautiful mountains in the background, Melton Hill Park, Hall Ridge bike trails, and everything else that the Oak Ridge area has to offer, this is going to give it that true urban feel in small town America. And at the same time, people living in Oak Ridge, you're going to have a 25-minute shot into downtown. This is an area to watch, and the development here is going to be exciting. Downtown Knoxville has seen a massive reemergence with significant investment in the area. New restaurants, bars, retail shopping. As you can tell, tons of art installations. It is truly made for a metropolitan feel in what used to be a sleepy college town. There's so much to see down here that it's really important that you take the time to explore. You have Market Square, you have Lower Gay, Upper Gay, Old City, and now a brand new baseball stadium downtown that is housing the Smokies. The opportunities in this area are absolutely off the charts. Again, Market Square is one of those places here in Knoxville where folks have absolutely started to congregate. On the weekends, you'll find it filled with families, students, block art, farmers markets. It's truly become an epicenter for the city. And the restoration here has been ongoing and continues to upgrade. But what's really interesting is this is now starting to spill over into the old city area with a great nightlife, live music scenes, great restaurants and bars like Stir. This is something that you really need to explore. One of the coolest things has been the extension of kind of the downtown arena. As I said, Old Town, which kind of sits right behind me here, is now pushing all the way up to Depot and North Gay, and a brand new complex right here with yet another incredible food hall, special event center. This is such an incredible development in this area. We're just continuing to see this all push up towards I-40. And honestly, it's generously extended the social center for this portion of the city. It's something that you need to check out. And with all of the urban living that we have around here now, young singles, early stage couples, retirees, anybody could be looking at this if you want that interior urban lifestyle. There's a lot to explore here and plenty of places to live.
Now, our last 2 areas that have seen explosive growth here in Knoxville are Maryville and Alcoa. Maryville has an adorable downtown. There's lots of new businesses moving into it. There's lots of new restaurants. One of the big things that attracts people is the school. The schools are top rated. As a matter of fact, Maryville has seen so many new students in these last 3 years that they're having to expand the high school. There is a multi-million-dollar renovation planned for the high school. They're going to add new buildings. There's going to be a state-of-the-art theater there. There's going to be a state-of-the-art science lab. If your kid likes STEM, then you really need to look into the Maryville high schools.
So the sister city to Maryville is Alcoa. A lot of people might think this is the little brother of the two. It's really not. Alcoa has actually been around for a long time. In fact, it was named for Alcoa Aluminum. This was a town built to serve the needs of Alcoa Corporation, but it's retained the name since then, and what it's done is come a long way. The schools in the Alcoa area are absolutely fantastic and growing really fast. They may not be on par with Maryville due to scores, but at the same time, they have a tremendous sports program. They have a lot of new amenities, and all of the campuses are actually some of the nicest that you're going to see in the entire Knoxville area due to their age. Along with that, you're right between Tyson-McGee Airport and Maryville, providing you quick access to 129 and commutes into downtown or around Knoxville, making it a great place for people who want to get outside of the city, but who still want to be able to be a little bit closer to the mountains, because you can see the Smokies from all over the Alcoa area. One last thing to keep in mind is Alcoa actually still has a lot of space. So there's tremendous new development taking place right off of 129. Tons of new restaurants, tons of new different places to shop. And there is a huge development taking place that's going to have a walkable area between the school and all the retail, green spaces, brand new construction. Honestly, it's going to be one of the most exciting things I think you're going to see in the Knoxville area. Something to keep in mind, this is an opportunity to start scoping if you have a little bit longer timeline, because we're not going to see it all pop up tomorrow, but this could be a tremendous opportunity for someone who's looking to move in the next 18 to 36 months. So listen, in every one of these areas that we've talked about today, there is new construction. I mean, in fact, Knoxville is booming with it. Part of that is because we have had less inventory over here. The advantage that comes along with that, though, is there's a lot to choose from in all of these different areas. In fact, some really have a lot going on. In fact, if you were to look in the Carnes, Howell, and Hardin Valley area, there are multiple new established neighborhoods coming along. The beauty of that is, as the market softens just a little bit, where you didn't have any leverage before, you do now. You can actually get in and negotiate on options, pricing, upgrades, things like that. A lot of people were coming in, buying homes, being stuck at the base price, with expensive upgrades adding $50,000 to $100,000 to the price of a home that was already well into the $100,000s. Now, you've got options to get things thrown in at the builder's cost. There's also going to be incentive programs that you can use. Maybe you can get better financing, lower closing costs. All of these things are out there, but you need to be working with someone who understands how to get that deal and what deals have been brokered, because they will tell you up front, we don't negotiate on price. We don't do that. Not true. We just negotiated a deal for one of our clients with a builder who's well known for never giving breaks on anything. But guess what? We were able to knock the price down by almost $20,000 and get commission structures redone so that they didn't have anything out of pocket. That is a tremendous benefit when you're talking about homes that are anywhere from $500,000 to $1 million a piece. So it's important that you talk to someone like the team at Epic Outcomes so that we can help you get in position to take advantage of that. The other thing you're going to want to keep in mind is that some of these new build neighborhoods are already in very established areas, and they already have everything that you're going to want from amenity structure. Others are in newer developing neighborhoods, so it's important to understand what the plans are, who's responsible for it. If you're early on in a new neighborhood that's supposed to have walking trails and a designer pool and pickleball courts and everything else, you need to see what the history with that builder has been, and that there are provisions in place to make sure that they're reserved so that gets done. The other piece is knowing what those homes have been selling for and how they've been closing. Again, the same people we just talked about that struck such a good deal and got that price down, well, the very next home to close, exact same floor plan, exact same setup, ended up pricing $35,000 higher. because whoever repped that person, or if they didn't have any representation at all, went ahead and just paid the base price because that's what they were told. So our clients walked into an additional $35,000 worth of equity because of the way we structured the deal for them. So it's really, really important that you make sure if you're going to take advantage of new housing, regardless of area, that you have someone on your side. Don't start talking to a builder only to find out that once you've had that conversation with them and you've put your name in their database, that they're not going to allow you to bring someone into the equation. Because most of them will tell you that. Sorry, you've already talked with us. We're not going to pay anybody else a commission because they weren't there from the very beginning, which makes you feel like you don't get representation. In some instances, that's what they want for you to do. Don't let that happen. Reach out to us. Make sure that you're getting the representation you need when you're making a big purchase like this. It is very, very important.
Despite Knoxville being a hot market, there's still opportunity for new construction. So if you're considering new construction, let's talk first. We can get you to the right builder, the right neighborhood, and we'll negotiate the right price for you. As a matter of fact, we do have relationships with builders in the area, and we get sent a list of pre-release homes. So if you want that list, please comment new construction, and we'll be happy to send that over to you. If you're planning on moving to Knoxville, don't miss our next video.